Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. If you are new, you are welcome. Requirements for Japanese visa. I will be talking about all the visa categories from short stay to long stay. Stay tuned. Kindly check the description down below for the link. I have included links if somebody is applying from Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, Nigeria, and India. As I also noticed, most of my commenters and viewers are from those countries. Starting from 1st April 2024, the new visa fee is 81,000 shillings. That is approximately 22 USD. If the applicant applied before end of March, he or she pays 83,000 Ugandan shillings. That is if somebody applied before the end of March this year 2024. Payable in cash at any time. Payable in cash only at the time of collection. The processing period for visa issuance can take 5 working days or more if there are no issued queries with the content of the application. The visa is valid for 3 months. If the visa is issued on 1st April, you can enter Japan before 1st June. Here they mean when the visa is valid for 3 months, that means that from the day the visa was issued to you, it takes 3 months for it to expire. If you don't use it, then you have to reapply. Visa applicants are encouraged to apply well in advance of their anticipated travel date. Visa application procedures. The Embassy of Japan in Uganda does not accept visa applications through an agent. Visa applicants must submit documents directly to the embassy by themselves. General information. Application for Japanese entry visa. Short-term stay, a stay up to 90 days. That does not include remunerative activities. Documents required for each category of visa. We have business purpose, visiting relatives or acquaintances, tourism. I will use tourism as an example on short stay visa. Let's see the requirements. Provided by the visa applicant, valid passport, 1 visa application form, 1 new photo, passport size, confirmation slip, certificate, or other documents to prove reservation of air, ship, boarding ticket, or information on planned schedule of flight, cruise with entry, departure date to from Japan. Proof of sufficient funds to defray all the expenses while in Japan. This can be through your pay slips. This can be your bank statement as well. Certificate of income or tax payment issued by a public agency. Certificate of deposit balance. Itinerary during stay in Japan. Travel itinerary, hotel booking, flyers, leaflets, etc. Certificate of employment, company ID, recommendation letter from company, and CV for first-time visitor. Okay, so let's suppose you intend to visit your family or friends or acquaintances in Japan. These are the requirements. Provided by the visa applicant. Valid passport, 1 visa application form, 1 recent passport photo, not older than 6 months, confirmation slip, other documents to prove reservation of air, ship, boarding ticket, or information on planned schedule of flight, cruise with entry, departure date to and from Japan. Proof of sufficient funds to defray all the expenses while in Japan. A certificate of income or tax payment issued by public agency. Certificate of deposit balance. Documents to prove kinship. Visiting relatives, birth certificate, marriage certificate. To prove kinship is just like proof of relationship. You need to prove your relationship with a person. If the person is your friend, how do you know each other? Do you have photos to show that you are relatives or friends, stuff like that. Documents to prove kinship, visiting relatives, birth certificate, marriage certificate, family register certificate. A copy can be accepted. Visiting acquaintances or friends, photos, letters, emails, bills for international phone calls, certificate of employment, company ID. This is proof that you work. Recommendation letter from company, CV for first-time visitors. B. Prepared by inviting person, guarantor in Japan. Copies can be accepted as well. Copies can be accepted as well. Invitation letter, consecutor, pardon me, family register certificate in the case she or he is a spouse of a Japanese. List of visa applicants in case of multiple applicants. Itinerary or schedule during stay in Japan. Part C. Prepared by the guarantor in Japan who pays for the above mentioned travel expenses. Copies can be accepted as well. Letter of guarantee. More than one of the following documents concerning the guarantor. The latest certificate of income or taxation issued by the head of administration of the place of residence, a certificate of tax payment issued by the direct or of the tax office. Each certificate should indicate the gross income for the previous year. Statement of tax withholding is not acceptable. A copy of the counterfoil of final tax return with the seal of reception of the tax office, e-tax submit receipt, notification and final tax returns, a certificate of deposit balance, certificate of residence with description of his or her family relationship with all family members. In case the guarantor is a foreign national, copies of both sides of the valid resident card, a certificate of residence with all matters listed except for individual number or mine number or resident record code. Examination will be initially processed by the submitted documents. However, the applicant may be required to submit additional documents if needed. So let's check in case it is for business purposes. Provided by the applicant, valid passport, one visa application, one recent passport photo, confirmation slip or other documents to prove reservation of air, ship, boarding ticket, or information on planned schedule of flight, cruise with entry, departure date to, from Japan. Proof of sufficient funds to defray all expenses while in Japan. Travel requisition by employer or letter of mission or similar documents to above. Certificate of employment, company ID, recommendation letter from company, CV for first-time visitors. Prepared by inviting person guarantor in Japan. Copies can be accepted as well. Invitation letter or either of the following documents to explain activities in Japan. A contract of transactions between companies. Conference materials, materials on trading goods and others. List of visa applicants where there are multiple applicants. Itinerary schedule during stay in Japan. Prepared by the guarantor in Japan who pays for the above mentioned travel expenses. Copies can be accepted as well. Letter of guarantor, a certificate copy of incorporation register or an overview of company organization. A stock exchange listed company does not need to submit a copy of the incorporation register or details of the company or organization if it submits its quarterly corporate report. When an individual is extending an invitation, submit the certificate of employment in lieu to a company of incorporation register or an overview of the company organization. But they also tell you in case of more documents, they will ask. For residents who reside in a certain country, must submit a work permit or any other document as proof of legal residential status in that country. Dear travelers to Japan, it's recommended to take an overseas travel insurance. An overseas travel insurance makes you feel secure even in emergencies and you can enjoy your trip. Medical expenses can be high in Japan. If the travel insurance you purchased offers sufficient coverage of treatment costs, you can receive treatment without concern. It is recommended to have an overseas travel insurance with travel support for hospital referrals, medical interpretation, and cashless medical service. We recommend that you check your insurance details before traveling. For example, pre-antenatal medical care is not covered by travel insurance and can be expensive. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe, and also let me know in the comment section down below what you'd love to see on this channel. You can check the previous video for the Japan visa application.